That was savage. Get over this.
This is insane.
That was the first group, right?
Yeah, they were. All right, welcome back. Daily transmission, or as Hurt likes to call it, daily transmissions.
Sounds better.
It does sound kind of better. And we got many of them, multiple transmissions. And we got a guest. We got a special guest host.
We got Jackson Pollock right here.
Hey! 2 thumbs out. What up, Jackson? What up, Justin?
What up?
How you doing?
So if you're wondering why Justin and Jackson are here, it's because we got a special Mustang here. But it's a little different from Justin's wheelhouse because it has less cylinders. So I don't know how he's going to feel about it, but we wanted...
It's like right in between of what comes in a Mustang.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not an 8.
So we wanted a pro opinion on if this is cool or not.
So we brought Jackson.
Obviously, he's going to let us know. Anyway, what are we talking about? No.
I have spoken.
Hold on, we got to at least look at it first.
We gotta look at it first.
All right, here we go. Boom. What's up?
What's going on?
What's up? What's your name?
So I'm Trevor Jameson. I'm from Colorado. My main job is making YouTube videos, motion on TV. And this is my 2J Mustang. Basically, we built this thing with Drift Week in mind. Start to finish about a month, but it's got a 2J swap.
Say what? Well, let's not beat around the bush. Just pop it like it's hot. Let's see what's going on under here.
Look at that angle. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little.
Do people make kits for that, or is that you got to make that custom?
So this guy right here, JTV, so that's actually the kit that he runs on his FD car for like 4 or 5 years now.
I got distracted. Yeah. This is
2JZ. Then we'll talk.
Oh, look at the sun gleaming. Look at that shot right there. Oh.
So you actually pulled this motor out of one of your cars?
Yeah. So I have a '95 240SX S14, like Pro-Am spec car.
Right.
Been together for like 6 years. Had LS in it for 2 years. Swapping engines all the time, like having issues with oiling and all that stuff. Put this in there, and it was literally in there for 4 years. All I did was change oil. So it's 2JZ GTE VVTi, basically 100% stock internals, valve springs, retainers. It has a Nissan 370Z transmission, a Garrett GTX 3076R, and so this thing, it's tuned on ECU Master, Deechworks 1000cc injectors, full fuel system, and it makes like 550 foot-pounds of torque at 25 or 24 pounds of boost on pump gas. So
spends a little bit of time in a Mustang, already just claims torque first, no horsepower. I like that. I like that.
512 horse.
How do you like the 30 compared to the 35?
It's awesome. I mean, it's almost
instant,
full boost
right?
by like 3,500, and it just has like as long as you're above 3,000, you could drive it like a V8. You know, you could left foot brake. It sounds cool. I mean, super reliable. I got a big oil cooler on it. We did a plug and play adapter, and that's why the engine or the ECU is still in the engine bay. That's the stock Aristo ECU box. So we have the ECU Master plugged in there with the plug and play adapter, and yeah, we basically did that right before this trip because it was still on stock injectors. Through the thousands because I knew I was going to need more power. I mean, what do these things weigh? Like 4,000?
Like 37, 38.
Yeah.
Whew, that's
4,000.
That's a big car. yeah.
So this one's cast iron block, aluminum head, obviously turbo stuff versus the, like aluminum block, aluminum head V8.
So this is actually a heavier setup.
I'm assuming. We haven't weighed it yet.
Honestly, I love how factory this looks in a way. Like, this looks right at home in here. It doesn't look all hacked up and crazy and knocked. I mean, especially for a 30-day build, you said.
I mean, we did it quick. There's brackets and stuff that I'd like to go back and like finalize.
Yeah.
But it was at that point to where it's like, all right, I have an hour to make this work, and then move on to something else. Like, that was the only way to make this thing happen. It was like overnighting parts and just crazy stuff. Like, I was on the phone with Justin like a week before we left, and I was like, hey, can I get a kit like sent out? Can you ship it out?
You overnighted parts from Japan? Justin, how do you feel about this? Because you're a Mustang boy.
I mean, it seems like it actually fits in pretty decent. But it's unique. It's cool. Like it definitely sounds like a 2J.
You heard it here first, guys. Say no to 2JZs. Justin Pollock himself.
Did I say that? Seems like it actually fits in pretty decent.
Say no to 2JZs.
You did. Verbatim. I heard it. It's
So if you could do anything differently, what would you change?
On this whole setup,
Yeah.
I'd hook up the AC.
Yeah.
oh man, no AC.
And you want to do
this whole drift week?
You want to do this in the summertime?
One of the biggest issues, I guess, the hurdles that I had to overcome is the CANbus system. So everything on here is run off CANbus. So body control module gets its tack signal to turn on the fuel pumps from basically the stock ECU. So one of the things that I did was, I mean, it's so simple, but it's you pull your hair out trying to get there, is I actually took the trigger wheel off of the EcoBoost and the crank position sensor, basically de-loomed the whole factory engine harness down to like 3 wires that run to the crank position sensor, welded it to the 2J pulley, and made a bracket for it. So
Damn.
that's how it gets its tack signal. So it still has the EcoBoost engine, or the engine ECU in here, and it has a tack signal, and that basically turns on the body control module. So you hop in it, you push your brake, you have like the Ford door chime that's like melted in my brain now. And you push the brake, you hit the push to start button, fires right up.
The push to start still works on this
Push to
motor.
start,
So
yeah.
what you're saying you did was you did a 2JZ motor swap in a week, and then 3 weeks of wiring and punching yourself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I spent 3 solid days of just like pulling my hair out. We had the engine in the car, and we had the EcoBoost engine underneath it on the lift. Like everything plugged in, and I was just like unplugging stuff, like because it was automatic, so it had to know it was in park. So we had to like put it in park just to see if we could get a crank signal, or see how long the starter would even let it crank, and it would do it for 2 seconds, turn off, and then so because it wanted that crank signal, so everything wanted the crank signal, and we're good.
Wow.
Bluetooth stereo, keyless entry, like automatic windows, super comfy on the ride. We've got BC Racing coilovers on it. We got the Koenig wheels, and we've been towing a trailer too. I'm from Colorado, and we started in Texas, which was a 13-hour, 800-mile drive initially. So Aaron, we have the support truck and trailer where we could put all the tires, wheels, and stuff. But I was like, well, how am I going to get them all there? All that stuff. So basically bought this trailer 3 days before we left. We rolled the fender so I could actually put a bigger wheel and tire on it. We have a spare cylinder head now. We have, I think, what is this, like 8 wheels and tires, and we're going to take tires and wheels back with us to Colorado. So that's the other thing, is after this, it's a 16-hour drive back to Colorado after the whole drift week thing.
Mellow.
You guys are monsters, man. That's a hell of a trip.
It really is.
Like, I hope the next one ends in California, so it's a 20-minute drive home. So, show us this push to start.
You guys hear that door chime?
You hate that, huh?
That's like
I love the pride that having a door chime key, but honestly, that's the hard part about builds like this.
Yeah. So basically, push your foot on there. It says put your brake on. Push the brake to start.
What? Oh, that's sick. Oh, we're such nerds to be so into that, but that's cool.
It's like a little Christmas tree on the
Yeah,
dash.
of course, but the tag still works.
Tack still works, like the voltage, all those other like CAN gauge style stuff works.
Yeah.
The air fuel ratio, there's actually a factory boost gauge, wideband, cylinder head temp. Cylinder head temp is actually hooked up, but the coolant temp doesn't work. So the fuel gauge, and then this is a super trick thing. It's basically a touch screen CAN gauge. So all of the data from the ECU master is transmitted on here, and then so we have different pages set up on here. So this is how I'm basically monitoring everything. So that's really sweet. And then right here is actually my boost level, so I can turn it up and down.
Oh, nice.
And it's all through the CAN stream. So everything on this car is CANbus related.
I like how it perfectly smashes in there, too.
Yeah, I know. I was like trying to figure out a way to mount it, and I was sitting here like watching it. I was like, let me see this, and just like, bam, stuck it in there, and you can still see the fuel gauge.
That's solid, man. You put in some work.
I'm super into this.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, you got a power plant, you got a red car that's salvageable,
Yeah.
smash them together, and you got a party.
So the only thing I want to do next is everything's CANbus. The ECU actually transmits out its own CAN stream, and I want to tie that into the stock body control module and basically get everything on the dash to work. That's like my goal, and AC.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to hear this thing.
I think I'll do a burnout with the trailer.
I haven't done one yet, but that's been the goal of the trip. So I mean.
Well, here you go. I mean, you're here.
We'll send it.
a little heavy back there now.
That's a little sketchy. I love it though.
It's a little heavy back there now. It's loaded up. It's loaded up. You got a lot of grip too already, so you just send her one more burnout out and unhook it.
Down with that.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna unhook the trailer real quick, and then we're just gonna have a nice little 2J Mustang drift sesh. Might feature a V8 Mustang also, because you know Justin's here and he can't just watch. You ready to let her eat?
I think so.
Get after it. Oh, over the top. Oh, buddy.
I can't even hear.
Woo! Yo,
Yeah.
this thing's fast. The way you clear ground from there to here, it looks like you're not gonna stop in time for that K-rail.
It's blast.
Is the Burnyard a little bit of workout?
It's a little bit. It's just a little nerve. I gotta drive the seat.
It definitely keeps your mind, like you gotta focus in here.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the Burnyard.
Yeah.
It'll disrespect you.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to keep it in one piece, but still have fun.
I respect that.
You did an amazing job with this car because it looks like it works really well. Sounds really good. 5,000 miles on this thing or whatever. Just
3,700 miles total on the trip is like start to finish to back to home. So still got some miles we gotta go, but.
all right. Well, I assume you want to go home.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming out.
Yeah. Thanks for
I
having me,
appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
That's a wrap!
Is this the world's first 2J like push to start?
It might be.
Well, I mean,
So,
aside from race cars, I
was
guess.
super-
Right,
Oh, push to
yeah.
start. Never mind. Throw that in the trash.
You know that's staying.
You guys good?